Ample sunshine expected tomorrow. Highs around 94. Get weather anytime by calling 824-6101 or online at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. Currently, it's 75 degrees.
WTIM.
You're listening to WTIM, your information station. Time now for your expanded local news. I'm Reed Kamai. The Taylorville Fire Department is opening its doors to help residents stay safe as extreme heat moves through the area. With heat index values reaching all the way up to 110 degrees, anyone without access to air conditioning or a way to stay cool during this time is being urged to find ways to stay cool. The Taylorville Fire Department will serve as a designated cooling center for anyone in need of relief from the high temperatures. The department says the facility will be open daily from 8 in the morning until 7 in the evening. With heat index values expected to remain elevated, firefighters are encouraging anyone feeling the effects of the heat to stop in and cool down. The cooling center is available for short-term relief, and residents are welcome to come in as needed during operating hours. Emergency officials are also using this opportunity to remind the public that extreme heat can be dangerous, especially for older adults, young children, and individuals with chronic health conditions. Even brief exposure to high temperatures can lead to heat exhaustion or heat stroke if precautions are not taken. To see a list of safety tips, visit TaylorvilleDailyNews.com and read the Red Cross story on high heat safety. Residents are urged to drink plenty of water throughout the day, even if they do not feel thirsty, and to avoid prolonged time outdoors during the hottest parts of the day, typically late morning through mid-afternoon. Wearing light-colored, loose-fitting clothing and taking frequent breaks in shaded or air-conditioned areas can also help reduce risk. Officials are also asking the community to check on neighbors, particularly those who live alone or may not have access to cooling at home. A simple phone call or quick visit could help prevent heat-related illnesses. Pets should also be kept in mind during the heat wave, with access to shade, fresh water, and limited time on hot pavement. Residents are urged to take hot weather seriously and take steps now to stay safe during this stretch of extreme temperatures. As Independence Day celebrations begin, the Red Cross is sharing safety reminders for fireworks, swimming, and outdoor activities. Officials say the safest way to enjoy fireworks is by attending a professional public display. If using fireworks at home, keep them away from children, pets, vehicles, and flammable materials. Always follow instructions, keep water nearby, wear eye protection, and never try to relight a firework that fails to go off. Red Cross volunteers also recently responded to 3 home fires in Jacksonville, Meridosia, and Carterville, providing assistance to 4 people affected by those fires. Support included items to help meet immediate needs, along with health and mental health services and one-on-one recovery support. The Red Cross says homeowners can prepare by creating and practicing a home fire escape plan. More information is available at redcross.org/fire. The organization also offers a free emergency app by searching American Red Cross in app stores. If you or someone you know needs help after a home fire or local disaster, call 800-RED-CROSS. For those spending time around water, the Red Cross reminds families to always swim in areas with lifeguards, never swim alone, and have a designated water watcher keeping a close eye on swimmers. They also remind boaters and weaker swimmers to wear properly fitted life jackets. At beaches and water parks, officials say follow posted rules, listen to lifeguards, stay hydrated, wear sunscreen, and know what to do in an emergency. In the case of a serious emergency, always call 911. For tips on heat-related emergencies, see our story online about safety tips in extreme heat at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. The Red Cross says preparation and awareness can help everyone have a safer 4th of July holiday. For more information on the American Red Cross, visit redcross.org. The Abraham Lincoln Presidential Library and Museum is joining communities across the country in celebrating America's 250th birthday with a day-long block party and free museum admission on Saturday in Springfield. The celebration begins at 9 with free admission to the museum, giving visitors access to its exhibits and attractions, including the new special exhibition, The Second American Revolution. The exhibit explores how the Civil War and Reconstruction reshaped the nation and features historic artifacts, including the pen Abraham Lincoln used to sign the Emancipation Proclamation and a copy of the 13th Amendment signed by Lincoln and congressional allies who helped abolish slavery. The outdoor festivities start at 3 in Union Square Park, directly across from the museum at 212 North 6th Street. Families are invited to take part in a kids and pets parade at 3:30, with decorated wagons, strollers, children, and pets encouraged to join the fun. Additional activities will run from 3 to 7, including bubble and foam experiences from Foam and Flight, while food trucks offer drinks and classic American favorites throughout the afternoon. Free live music begins at 4:15 with a performance by the 33rd Illinois Volunteer Regiment Band, an authentic recreation of a Civil War-era military band complete with period uniforms and instruments. The evening's featured performance starts at 6 when Chicago's acclaimed Third Coast Brass takes the stage. The symphonic brass ensemble is known for combining traditional brass music with contemporary programming and features some of the region's top musicians. Organizers say the event is Springfield's contribution to America's Ultimate Block Party, a nationwide effort tied to the America 250 commemoration, marking the nation's upcoming 250th anniversary. The festivities are expected to conclude in time for attendees to enjoy local Independence Day fireworks celebrations. Community members in Christian County have the opportunity to participate in a group reading of the United States' Declaration of Independence. It's set to take place this coming Wednesday at 5 in front of the Christian County Courthouse. That day marks 250 years and 4 days after the Second Continental Congress ratified the Declaration in Philadelphia. Amy Hagan, a Taylorville alderwoman who has helped organize this gathering, says attendees will be invited to read the document out loud along with the speaker who has the microphone.
Apparently, it takes about 15 minutes to read the Declaration from start to finish. And this will be a simultaneous reading. So there's not going to be sit in the audience and listen to specific people read their part, but rather we will all be reading it together.
Okay, so it's like a church or temple congregation. So it's everyone is reading essentially the entire text together.
That's exactly right.
Okay,
yeah.
I think that's going to take longer than 15 minutes, but, but
that's apparently someone who's taken the watch to it says that it's a 15-minute read.
Attendees will be provided a copy of the document to read from. The reading of the Declaration of Independence in Taylorville is part of a national initiative. It will take place in towns and cities across the United States and even some locations abroad as part of the celebrations of the country's 250 years of independence. All the readings are scheduled for the same time, which in the Central Time Zone is 5 in the afternoon.
I actually reached out to the Illinois Humanities. This event is being promoted through the Illinois Humanities, the Illinois 250 organization. But interestingly enough, it's the Illinois 250. There's actually every state in the union has their own 250 commission, and Hawaii has a 250 commission, the state of Hawaii, and this was their idea. So they call it the sharing of the spirit of America, and they're encouraging Americans in all 50 states, all 5 territories, the District of Columbia, minor outlying islands of the United States, all of us at that day, at that hour, will all be reading it at the same time, those communities that choose to participate in it.
The date of the reading, July 8th, is meant to correspond with when the public first learned about the ratification due to the lack of technology at that time.
People coming home from work, hopefully they can get out a little bit early and visit with us on the courthouse square. We did get special permission approved last week from the Christian County Board to have the event on the courthouse lawn. And basically, it's to commemorate the 250th anniversary of the day upon which the public at that point in time in 1776 would have heard the reading of the Declaration for the first time. So apparently, and I've been working with Judge Ron Spears on this because he's a bit of a historian just in general. And he was the first call that I made when I found out about this event. I said, Judge Spears, would you please take part in this with me and see this thing to fruition for our community? He thought it was a great idea. And he's actually going to be there that day making some preliminary remarks before we start with this public reading.
Hagan says the reading of the declaration in Taylorville was made possible in part by a resolution adopted within the city to celebrate the 250th anniversary of the nation's independence.
The resolution said that, we will commemorate the 250th anniversary on July 4th. It marks a historic milestone in the nation's history. Recognizes that July 4th was when the Second Continental Congress formally adopted the Declaration of Independence that asserted the American colonies' freedom from British rule. And then that there is a U.S. semi-quincentennial commission known as America 250 that was established by Congress in 2016 to orchestrate the 250th anniversary of the signing, and that we are encouraging the Illinois America 250 Commission encourages communities, libraries, schools, local governments to develop inclusive commemoration that reflects on Illinois' role in the nation's history and development of our country. So anyway, it kind of brings it all sort of full circle, as it were.
More information is available at hawaiiamerica250.org, as Hawaii's America 250 chapter conceived the idea of this event. Amy Hagan appeared as a guest on the WTIM Morning Show. And now, a word from Taylorville Community Credit Union.
Hi, this is Will Perkins with Taylorville Community Credit Union. 2026 is an exciting year at TCCU. We are building a new home office, upgrading our mobile app, and preparing to offer mobile check deposit, all to better serve our members. 2026 also marks our 70th anniversary. For 70 years, TCCU has been your local source for low loan rates, great deposit rates, and an organization proud to serve our local communities. Visit any of our convenient locations in Taylorville, Hillsboro, Litchfield, or Painter. You can also visit us online at tccu.org, member NCUA.
Data from the Illinois Department of Employment Security shows that jobs in Christian County have dropped by nearly 18% in the last quarter century. This is despite a population decrease of only around 5% in the county. New facility and road projects have sought to create more job opportunities, but they have only slightly impacted the current numbers. The Christian County Economic Development Corporation has worked to facilitate new projects like the aforementioned ones, along with other job-creating endeavors. The organization's executive director, Matt Hart, says the drop came in a steady decline in the 2010s.
And if you go back 25 years ago, all the way back to 2001, back then Christian County had 11,249 workers, so a little over 11,000 workers in the county. And we kind of held those levels. We bounced around between 10 and 11,000 for about 10 years, from 2001 to 2011. And then in 2011 and 2012 is when we started to see a little bit of drop off in Christian County. And we're not losing massive numbers of jobs in the county, but we are seeing kind of a steady, small but steady decline. And what we've done since 2011, when we peaked at over 11,000 jobs, today that's 9,000 jobs or 9,200 jobs. So in the county, we've lost about 2,000 workers, according to the Illinois Department of Employment Security, over the last 25 years or really even over the last 14, 15 years.
Hart cites, among other factors, an aging population for the trends and says they have implications on local government's revenue through income taxes.
And part of that is just generational change. People aren't having as many kids. People are getting older. We have an aging demographic in the county, and of course, that the older you are, the less inclined you are to work. If you're retired, you're not going to be counted in these numbers. So, that's a part of it. But from an economic standpoint, you look at that and you go, okay, well, if the people who are employed are paying the taxes in this county, if you look at it just from these numbers from the Illinois Department of Employment Security, today in 2025, 2026, we've got about 9,000 workers who are paying all the taxes in this county, versus we had 11,000 people who were helping to pay all the taxes 15 years ago and 25 years ago. So, that's something that at the Christian County Economic Development Corporation, our main mission is jobs. Our mission is making sure that we protect the jobs that we have in the county. It's helping those employers that are here, but then also trying to attract new jobs to the county as well.
Businesses like Dollar General and Sloan Implement have expanded their footprint into Christian County, and the CCEDC looks to build on these steps.
We're constantly trying to grow new jobs. Another example I like to use is E.L. Pruitt. E.L. Pruitt manufactures pipe in Christian County, in Taylorville now. They bought the building on East Park Street. That's a company that wasn't here, 2 years ago. They came in here, they bought a building, they made an investment. They've got about 20 employees now working out of that facility. Those are 20 employees that Christian County didn't have 2 years ago. And of course, I want to find, more and more of the E.L. Pruitts to come into Christian County and to build the business, expand their business. And that's what we do at the Christian County Economic Development Corporation. And that's why we take a look kind of, at everything. And of course, we want to make sure that we've got good employers. And we also want to protect the employers that we already have. And we want to make sure that they've got everything that they need. And that's part of what we do at Christian County Economic Development Corporation. If we can help them out with the state of Illinois, if we can help them out with the legislation to try and help them grow their business, our goal is three things. It's Christian County Economic Development Corporation. It's jobs, jobs, jobs.
More information on the Christian County Economic Development Corporation is available at christiancountyedc.com. Matt Hart appeared as a guest on the WTIM Morning Show. And now, a word from Heartland Bank and Trust.
Your son was 3 when you planted that tree in your backyard. Now he's grown, planting seeds and making memories with his own kids. Let Heartland Bank help you grow more memories with banking options for every stage of your life. Welcome, former CNB customers. We're your community bank. Heartland Bank. We build relationships that nurture and grow your dreams. Visit us today at hbtbank.com, member FDIC.
A local dream is coming true tomorrow as a young breeder makes a special donation to help veterans. 2 years ago, current Edinburgh High School sophomore Leah Amos started breeding and selling golden retriever puppies with a goal of saving money for her first vehicle, but also with a bigger dream in mind of donating a puppy to become a service dog or support dog for a veteran. Amos's dream is set to become reality tomorrow when she will present a 9-week-old golden retriever named Dixie to Got Your Six support dogs. Got Your Six Support Dogs is an organization out of Maryville that is dedicated to helping veterans and first responders who have made sacrifices while serving our country. The organization provides specially trained PTSD service dogs at no cost to those struggling with post-traumatic stress disorder and the effects of sexual trauma. Through the companionship, loyalty, and healing support of these 4-legged partners, Got Your Six Support Dogs aims to help veterans and first responders cope with the emotional challenges caused by their service and continue their path toward healing. The 9-week-old puppy, Dixie, will learn how to provide the emotional support that a veteran or first responder might desperately need. For more information on Got Your Six Support Dogs, visit gotyoursixsupportdogs.org. 2 Illinois Farm Bureau members will throw out the first pitch prior to the Cardinals-Cubs game at Busch Stadium on July 30th. It's part of the Put Me In Coach promotion. John Griffel from Macoupin County cannot wait. The other Illinois Farm Bureau member is Cubs fan Allison Provost from Kankakee County. She's handing the ball to her 9-year-old son. And don't forget, you can listen to the St. Louis Cardinals right here on WTIM, your information station. Now to obituaries, which can be found at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. There is just one obituary to tell you about. 51-year-old Tamara Jean Rusplahovsky of Bullpit died on last Saturday. Visitation is today from 5 till 7 at Masterson Funeral Home in Kincaid. Interment will take place privately at a later date. Arrangements are being handled by Masterson Funeral Home in Kincaid. Get local news anytime at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com and every hour on WTIM.